Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Lights, Camera, Akron. I'm Michael Macon.
And I'm Jay Goliath, reporting to you from Kobe Hall. On this episode, I explored all the beneficial things our very own Career Services has to offer.
And Naquan stopped by good old Quaker Square for a Veterans and Community Career Fair.
All this and more coming up on Lights, Camera, Akron. Never have I ever been to a ribbon cutting event before, but reporter Kylie Stanley cannot say the same thing.
That's right, Jay. Kylie attended the reopening of the improved Akron makerspace that is now bigger and better than ever.
Ooh, I'm excited. So without further ado, take it away, Kylie.
Hey guys, it's Kylie Stanley here, reporting for Lights, Camera, Akron. Right now we are currently outside the new Akron Makerspace studio right here in downtown Akron. Today's actually the grand opening, so let's go check it out.
I'm Devin Wolf. I'm the co-founder and president of the Akron Makerspace. The Akron Makerspace is a community of makers that come together to learn skills, to work on projects, to work on everything from their hobbies to their art, to even starting small businesses doing short-run production. A lot of us come either with some industry knowledge or with zero knowledge. We come together, we instruct each other, we help each other on projects, we come together to just build cool stuff.
They have tons of classes to offer, from woodwork to metalsmithing.
Metalworking, woodworking, sewing, crafting, laser cutting, 3D printing, electronics, robotics, glass arts, and ceramics, and so much more that I can't even tell off the top of my head. There's just so much going on here at the Makerspace.
The Akron Makerspace studio relies heavily on the funds of its memberships. Devin discussed all the classes they have to offer at the facility.
The way it works is you can come in as a non-member. You can take a class. Classes tend to be in after work hours or on a weekend. Or you can come in and become a member. Members get full access to the shop, not only during our open hours, but actually private hours. They can come in, they can work on their stuff in their own time during the day, after work hours, 2 in the morning, doesn't matter. You can rent a bench, you can rent a locker, you can rent a rack to store your projects, to have your own workspace. Eventually we'd like to be able to offer rental studios, so you'd be able to come in and have your own studio. The biggest thing about this is we try to keep this space achievable for all. We're $35 a month. There's a small hourly fee to run some of the bigger equipment. Most of it's $2 to $6 an hour, and that's just machine on time. So for less than $100 a month, you can come in here and you can have a membership, a rental bench, a rental locker, and use a considerable amount of tools to get your projects done. And if you work on something and you make something to sell to generate a profit, we don't take any part of that from you. Pay your membership fee, pay your hourly fee, you get it done. The classes are all open to the public. They're usually a one-shot over a weekend or like a Wednesday night. You come in, you learn a skill in 4 to 6 hours. You don't come in for a semester, you don't come in for a year.
The new studio has tons of benefits for its community.
The thing that really led to us expanding to what we have now is we're growing. We're growing so fast. We had so many new members, we had so many tools, so much equipment, and not enough space. We were tripping over too many tools. Usually makerspaces don't have enough tools. We had too many. So we had to get more square footage, but we also wanted to have more offerings. We wanted to have a little bit larger classes. We wanted to have 8-10 people in a class. We also wanted to have larger group builds. We have Andy Bushko that has made the ski bowling machine. It is a skee ball machine that's been scaled up for bowling balls. So it's 5 foot wide, 20 feet long, and 8 foot tall. In our old building, it closed down half the shop to build that thing. And here, it closes down a corner of the shop, without really causing too much of an issue here at the shop. So people can build cooler things, they can build bigger things, they can work on projects. I've got members that are working on kayaks and canoes. I have a motorcycle here. We got a couple of us that ride. We actually have a member that's building an ultralight aircraft, and he's doing a lot of the bigger components here as well. So we really did need the larger space, plus the community that's in this building is really nice. We have different makers. We've got tiny circuits here. We've got 2 breweries here. We've got the community darkroom of Akron is opening up right next door to us. So there's a really nice supportive community within the building, and then we bring all of our makers together in this larger location so we can help fulfill everyone's making dreams.
The new Akron Makerspace studio is located on South Main Street and has tons of resources for the community. Hopefully you guys can go check it out, but in the meantime, I'm Kylie Stanley reporting for Lights, Camera, Akron.
Man, there were a lot of Star Wars things there.
Yeah, I know. I bet our manager Juan would have loved to have been there.
Oh, for sure, man.
Well, guys, it's time for our first commercial break. We'll be right back in just a few.
You're watching ZTV.
I was still laughing.
Okay.
Welcome back to Lights, Camera, Akron, everyone.
Over at Quaker Square Banquet Hall, the Akron Military Service Center, along with organizational sponsorships, held a career fair for veterans and the community.
There were over 60 companies there to hold on-site interviews and give out information about their respective companies.
LCA reporter Naquan James was on site and has more.
Veterans pay the ultimate sacrifice at home and abroad. When they return to civilian life, sometimes it's hard for them to find employment. This community career fair behind me helps them to get back on their feet and return to civilian life. This is the 3rd year for this career fair. Daryl Malder is a veteran who works out at the Military Services Center on campus. He tells me the ways this fair helps the local area.
And it's all volunteer based, and all the money and proceeds that we earn from this goes back to the student veterans on campus and veterans in our community.
He explains the importance of having a career fair for veterans.
We opened it up to veterans and the community. We know that the community is also need to be impacted as well, but veterans out there are in need right now because a veteran can offer a little bit more than a college student could. They have world experience already, have life lessons, and have the drive and dedication coming from the military to get into employment and make a valuable employee.
There were over 60 companies at this event, ranging from Veterans Affairs in Northeast Ohio to Sherwin-Williams.
All kinds. It's not like the regular engineering ones or nursing ones, healthcare. We open this up to everybody. They can come in, and we have many resources here for them. With the VA being here, with the VSC, Veteran Service Commission. If they need help with any kind of benefit questions, they can get benefit questions here, and also, hopefully get a job. We have Ohio Means Jobs, one of our sponsors and one of our board that sits on this with us, so they can just help and make sure that the veteran is well taken care of.
Veterans go through more than an average citizen. They struggle with a lot of circumstances, including finding employment, and Daryl explains why.
We feel lost because we had a sense of purpose. Now it's we're just thrown back out there. The military is doing better about transitioning us, but there's still a very big, large gap, which needs to get better, and that's what we're hoping to help fill. With our American Legion post here on campus, we are very unique, and we are trying to help transition young veterans and older veterans from military life to civilian.
The benefit or impact of this fair, Malder says, is helping veterans know that there are resources available to help those in need.
Knowing that there's resources out there, there's help for them, that to make sure they're going out there and asking the right questions, and if they need to, they come and contact us and get those questions answered, and we will get them pointed in the right direction.
Reporting from Quaker Square, I'm Naquan James with ZTV's Lights, Camera, Akron.
That's such a great opportunity for everyone involved.
Yeah, it really looked like it, Jay. And taking steps towards your career is one of the things that the University of Akron does best, preparing the community and students for life after college.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And that's why I wanted to look into UA's career services and what they have to offer to students.
Sounds perfect. Let's check it out.
Here on the University of Akron campus, we have amazing resources that students can use and take advantage of. One such resource is the Career Services Center, located on the 2nd floor of the Student Union. The Career Services is meant to be a resource to students to help them and guide them as they prepare for career after college. They help students find part-time jobs, full-time jobs, internships, and co-ops, as well as working with employers to connect companies with students. Some things offered at the Career Center include resume and cover letter reviews, cover letter and personal statement reviews, a career closet, handshake job board assistance, and many more resource guides. I spoke with Michael Kulik, the Senior Associate Director of Career Services, who talked more about the many resources offered.
Sometimes students aren't quite sure what to expect when they come in. So I'd always encourage students to come in to meet with us. We have walk-in hours. So that might be something that I would point to, where come on in, connect with us, sit down with us. Every student here has a career advisor dedicated to their major. So that person is kind of the subject matter expert for that major or a couple other majors. And by meeting with that person, that career advisor is going to give you a lot of really good advice. You know, we have a lot of new programs that we always tend to push out. The Career Closet is new. We just started that within the past 2 years.
Events are held throughout the semester to connect, network, and work on professional business skills. Some events include career fairs, etiquette lunch, and tabling in the union. Michael says networking is an important part of career building.
So there's that old saying, it's who you know, and there's a little bit to that. So if you get a chance to get in front of people and display those skills, that's where it really helps us stand out. If you have that opportunity to get in front of those employers, to talk about yourself, to be able to sell those skills that you have, it's just a nice advantage. Because they already know you, they get to know you, or maybe they know someone that knows you, and that's a nice foot in the door.
I asked Michael if he could give me some tips for a successful job interview.
Don't you want to be prepared? You want to do your homework? Who are they? What do they make? Who else do they own? So it's important to do that. And then we always want to make sure you dress the part. Keep in mind we have a career closet here, which is really nice. So if our students don't have a professional jacket, we have men's, women's, different sizes, different colors. So they can come in here free of charge and pick up a jacket for an interview. But just know some simple things such as, what are you good at? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Why do you want to work for this employer? Because they're going to ask you that. Why do you want to work for us? More than just a paycheck. We have seen a lot of employers want students that are passionate about this career. They're passionate about the employer, but they're really passionate about the job that they're going into. So they want to see that positivity, that high energy.
Students can walk in any time throughout the day for any assistance needed.
Now, walk-ins are designed to be quick, kind of a 10-minute appointment. Hey, look at my resume, or we'll do mock interviews as well sometimes during those walk-ins. If there's a line or we're busy, we'll always encourage the student to come back or maybe even make an appointment with their career advisor. If they have more in-depth questions, it's more of that job search, then we would encourage them to make an appointment with their advisor. But they can come in at any time.
There's special late night hours on Tuesdays and Wednesdays until 6:30. For more information about career services and events held, you can go to uakron.edu/career, as well as other offices throughout campus with locations in Polsky, College of Arts and Sciences, and the College of Business Administration.
Just make sure that you utilize us, and keep in mind, even after you graduate, we're still here for our alumni.
So make sure you utilize this amazing resource the University of Akron has to offer. Reporting for Lights Camera Akron, I'm Jay Goliath.
Wow, another great resource that is offered to students right here on our own campus.
Absolutely. And the thing is that not many students know about everything they have to offer.
Oh yeah, definitely not. I mean, I didn't even know that they offer suit jackets to students for interviews and professional inquiries.
Yeah, you're right. Now, there was an event put on by the University of Akron's engineering program where female middle school students from the Akron community could come and build their own unique electronics.
Reporter Tyrese West was on the story.
Thank you, Michael and Jay. This event was put on by the University of Akron's College of Engineering. The event was designed to inspire young women to pursue a career in STEM fields.
The idea behind the event began because I read an article that said that girls tend to start removing themselves from STEM subjects and interest in STEM right around 4th through 6th grade.
Young ladies get to participate in workshops that teach them how to use their minds to build a device. They also got to take part in a soldering lab, where they could learn how to use a soldering iron.
So we try to start the projects with all the instructions that they would need to build something, and then we gradually eliminate instructions so that by the time they get to the last project of the day, they don't really have instructions. They're just told what they have to accomplish and given the materials, and they have to figure it out. So the idea is as the day progresses, they have to become more and more innovative in terms of building things.
Events like these teach young women that they are capable in any field of their choice. Hopefully, many of them who were there that day will take on a career in engineering.
I have a very big passion for that area. I wish that we had more women in the engineering field. It all stems from when I went into engineering, and I was the only female in any of the departments that I worked in. So for me, it could be a very lonely experience, and I know that there are a lot of women out there that can do it. I just want to encourage them to do it.
Working together on projects and events like this one teaches young women unity, teamwork, and critical thinking. These are skills that are essential to success in that field.
So we started off with alumna, and we asked a bunch of alumna if we could take pictures, and then those pictures represent the number of women that are currently in engineering, which are 16%. Then we went to the college level students because in our college program, we have around 24-25% that are currently in the program. We want to keep that number at 24 or 25%. So what we did was then we added 8 more pictures that show the different majors that we have, and we show that we're hoping that they're going to make 25% of the workforce by the time they graduate. And our final picture shows a group of young girls, and we hope at that point when they graduate, they'll make up half of all the engineers, because a lot of people don't know, but in STEM fields, women actually are closer to closing the wage gap than in other fields. And so in the past, we only worked with the kids, and over the last few years, we've started to incorporate a parent program. And the goal of the parent program is to educate the parent about how they can keep their child interested in STEM, how to remove those perceptions that the children may have that math is too hard or science is too hard or they can't do something. So we offer the parent program now so parents can go in, they get a lecture for about an hour on how to reverse the perceptions that sometimes society puts on your girls. So that's one of the things that we added over time. But I've always enjoyed the fact that I started with 20 and now I have a whole ballroom full of kids, so it's great.
Seeing that the future of STEM careers are in such capable hands leaves me with chills for what's to come. Tyrese West, Lights Camera Akron, ZTV.
You know, I don't know how to solder anything together, but these young ladies make it look easy.
Yeah, I can also say that I've never soldered anything in my life before. Oh well.
Anyways, it's time for our second commercial break. We'll be back with more in just a few.
Welcome back to Lights Camera Akron, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the show again. Let's send it over to Naquan James for this week's headlines.
Michael and Jay, the Akron Zips steamrolled the Collegiate Rocket League 2019 National Championship competition on November 9th with a dominant 20-zip win record to secure the team's second consecutive national championship. The 3 players will bring home $50,000 of scholarship prize money, in addition to first-place medals. More than 79,000 viewers watched the championships live on the popular video game streaming site Twitch, and almost 2,000 people cheered the teams on live from the Esports Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The team's progress through nationals was documented by the popular esports TV show E-League and will be shown on national television on TBS at 11 p.m. Eastern Time on December 6. Akron Rocket League Gold members Isaac Stecker, Buzz Krager, and Tristan Roberts started off the quarterfinals with a triumphant 3-1 victory against the University of Arizona, a team that had previously knocked Akron down to the losers bracket in the quarterfinals in the fall 2018 season. The Zips then faced off against the University of North Texas, the team that has knocked Akron out of championship contention in the semifinals last year. This time around, the Zips posted a 4-2 victory over UNT. However, this wouldn't be their last match against UNT, as the Mean Green eliminated Arizona in a losers bracket and returned to face Akron with a home-tied advantage. Ultimately, the Zips were met with nothing but cheers as UA won a national championship with a commanding 5-0 victory against UNT. Full-time jobs, family obligations, and other responsibilities can make it difficult for part-time law school students to attend classes 3 or 4 nights each week. That's why the University of Akron School of Law is introducing an innovative program, unique among Ohio law schools, designed to make law school more accessible to part-time students. Beginning fall 2020, the new blended online Juris Doctor program will allow part-time students in the first 2 years of their 4-year program to attend classes in person just 2 nights per week and complete the rest of their coursework online. Quote, during these first 2 years, students can take the remaining courses on their computer each week at a time that fits their schedule, the morning before work, in the evening after work, or over the weekend, quote, says Christopher Peters, Dean of the Akron Law School. The online courses will be delivered in weekly modules or units, consisting of the professor's pre-recorded interactive lectures and related readings, discussion boards, and assessment, explained Emily Janowski-Halen, Associate Professor, Director of the Law Library, and Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Institutional Excellence at Akron Law. Well, we got a lot of positive feedback from the students who've been participating in the program, as well as from their professors, quote. Peters said, adding that the school plans to create online versions of some upper-level courses for students in the 3rd and 4th years of the part-time program. He said the law school has also expanded its weekend, summer, and intersession course offerings in recent years, providing students more flexibility compared with traditional night school programs. Peters noted that U.S. News and World Report 2020 ranks Akron Law's part-time JD program among the top 40 in the country and highest among Ohio law schools. Well, that's all the headlines I have for this week. For the latest news, you can always visit uakron.edu. I'm Naquan Drake reporting for ZTV's Lights Camera Akron.
Thanks, Naquan.
Unfortunately, guys, that's all the time that we have for this week's show.
But be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at ZTV LCA for the latest. I'm Jay Goliath.
And I'm Michael Macon. Thanks for watching Lights, Camera, Akron.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. Do you want to gain experience in video production, professional social media, or working with real clients? Visit the UA School of Communications online or follow us on social media to learn more. ZTV, make media, make a difference.